For most of human history, the idea of having a perfectly trimmed green lawn in front of a house would have sounded absurd. People used land to grow food, raise animals, or build shelter. Every patch of soil had a purpose. Grass that did nothing was a luxury no ordinary family could afford. Yet today, across suburbs and cities around the world, millions of people carefully maintain a strip of green grass just to look at. It does not feed anyone, it does not provide income, and still it is considered a symbol of a nice home. This strange fashion did not start with beauty, it started with power. The story begins in medieval Europe, especially in England and France. Only the richest people owned large estates. These nobles wanted to show that they were so wealthy that they did not need to use all their land to grow crops. So they left large areas of their property empty, covered only with grass. These open green spaces were not meant to be useful. They were meant to send a message: I am so rich, I can waste land. The lawn was not decoration, it was a status symbol. These grassy fields were kept short by animals like sheep and cows. The grazing animals naturally trimmed the grass, creating an even, soft surface. Over time, these grassy areas became places for walking, relaxing, and showing off wealth to visitors. If you had a large, smooth lawn, you were clearly someone important. As centuries passed, this idea slowly moved from royal palaces and castles to the homes of wealthy city people. In the 1700s and 1800s, rich families in Europe began building large houses with gardens and lawns in front. A green lawn became part of the image of elegance and respectability. It meant that you had money, free time, and servants to maintain it. Then came the Industrial Revolution. Cities became crowded, dirty, and noisy. People worked long hours in factories, surrounded by smoke and concrete. Nature started to feel rare and precious. So, when middle-class families began moving out of crowded cities into newly built suburbs, they wanted their homes to feel different. They wanted fresh air, space, and something that reminded them of the countryside. The green lawn became the perfect symbol of this dream. At the same time, new technology made lawns easier to maintain. In 1830, the mechanical lawnmower was invented in England. Before that, keeping grass short was difficult and expensive. But now, even a normal household could cut grass regularly. This changed everything. The lawn was no longer only for the rich, it became something ordinary people could copy. When Europeans migrated to America, they took this idea with them. In the United States, the lawn became even more important. After World War II, millions of soldiers returned home. Governments wanted to provide housing for them quickly. Large suburban neighborhoods were built almost overnight. These neighborhoods were designed with one clear image in mind: a single-family house with a green lawn in front. Developers sold these homes not just as buildings, but as a lifestyle. The lawn was a promise. It promised peace, safety, family, and success. A well-kept lawn meant you were a good citizen. It meant you cared about your home, your family, and your neighborhood. Soon, this idea became deeply psychological. People began to judge each other based on their lawns. If your grass was green and neatly trimmed, you were responsible and respectable. If your lawn was messy or brown, people assumed you were lazy, poor, or careless. The lawn turned into a quiet competition. Neighbors compared whose grass was greener, whose edges were sharper, whose yard looked more perfect. Companies noticed this. A huge industry was born around lawn care. Fertilizers, pesticides, sprinklers, grass seeds, lawn mowers, and garden decorations flooded the market. Advertisements told people that a beautiful lawn was not optional, it was necessary. You needed special chemicals, special tools, and constant maintenance to keep up. The fashion of the lawn became a habit, and the habit became a social rule. In many places, homeowners associations were created. These groups literally made rules about how your lawn must look. Grass could not be too long, weeds were not allowed, certain plants were forbidden. If you did not follow the rules, you could be fined. In other words, people were forced to maintain a lawn even if they did not want to. The green lawn had gone from a symbol of freedom to a form of pressure. What is even more interesting is that most people never stop to ask why they want a lawn. They grow up seeing it everywhere, so it feels normal. Movies show happy families playing on green grass. Advertisements show successful people standing in front of perfect lawns. Slowly, the brain connects grass with happiness, success, and safety. But in reality, a lawn is one of the least natural parts of nature. The grass used in lawns is often not local. It's specially bred to look good, not to survive easily. That means it needs a lot of water. In many countries, more water is used on lawns than on food crops. Chemicals are sprayed to kill insects and weeds, which then go into the soil and water system. The lawn, which looks peaceful, is actually one of the most resource-hungry parts of a home. Still, people keep doing it. Why? Because the lawn is really not about grass, it's about identity. Having a nice lawn makes people feel successful. It makes them feel like they belong. It makes them feel that they have made it in life. Even if maintaining that lawn costs time, money, and energy, the emotional reward is strong. It's visible proof that you are doing well. In many places, this fashion has now spread far beyond Europe and America. Countries that never had a tradition of lawns now copy it because it looks modern and rich. Hotels, offices, and homes use lawns to show status. The same idea from medieval castles is still working today. Look at a front lawn and you are not just seeing grass, you are seeing history, psychology, and social pressure. It started as a way for kings and nobles to show power. It became a dream sold to middle-class families. It turned into a global symbol of success, and now it's a habit so strong that most people never even question it. The fashion of the front lawn did not grow from nature. It grew from human desire to be seen, to be respected, and to feel important. And that is why, even today, millions of people wake up on weekends just to water, cut, and care for a piece of grass that exists mainly to tell the world, this is my place and I belong here.